Ladies and gentlemen, life has a way of breaking us down, doesn't it? But here's the thing about life, it doesn't break you to keep you broken. No, it breaks you to see if you've got the guts to rebuild yourself. And let me tell you, rebuilding yourself isn't about putting the pieces back where they were. It's about constructing something stronger, something wiser, something unstoppable. Now, some of you might be standing in the rubble of what used to be. A career that crumbled, a relationship that shattered, dreams that dissolved. You look around and think, why me? But I say, why not you? Why not you to rise again? Why not you to set the standard for what's possible when someone refuses to stay down? Rebuilding starts with one thing: ownership. Stop waiting for the world to fix itself. Stop pointing fingers at the economy, the system, your past. The moment you say, this is my life, my responsibility, that's when you've taken the first brick in your hand. It's not going to be easy. You're going to sweat, you're going to stumble, and yes, you're going to fail. But guess what? Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's the foundation of it. Every failure is a lesson, every setback a setup for your comeback. And let me tell you about vision. You can't rebuild something you can't see. Picture the life you want, the person you want to become, and let that vision drive you. Because when you've got a clear vision, no storm, no setback, no critic can stop you. But don't go it alone. The people around you matter. Surround yourself with those who see your potential, not just your problems. Those who challenge you to rise higher, not pull you down to their level. Rebuilding isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. Show up every day. Take one step, then another. It doesn't matter if they're small, as long as they're forward. Brick by brick, step by step, you build something extraordinary. And above all, have faith. Faith in yourself, faith in the process, faith that the struggle is shaping you for something greater. Because it is. So today, decide that you will not be defined by what broke you, but by how you rebuilt. Decide that your story doesn't end here, it's just getting started. And when you rebuild yourself, you don't just inspire others, you prove to the world that nothing is stronger than a heart determined to rise. Adversity is often seen as a roadblock, a moment where life pushes back against your dreams, plans, and progress. It can feel overwhelming, even insurmountable. But the truth is, adversity is one of life's greatest gifts, even if it doesn't feel like it at the moment. It's the furnace in which your character is forged, the battlefield where your resilience is tested, and the foundation upon which you can build a better version of yourself. Challenges are not just obstacles to overcome, they are opportunities in disguise, waiting for you to discover their potential. Think about it. Every great story, every tale of triumph begins with some form of adversity. The hero doesn't start on top, they start at the bottom, in the depths, facing challenges that seem impossible to conquer. And what separates the hero from the rest? It's their perspective on adversity. They don't see it as the end of the road, they see it as the beginning of a new one. This mindset is what allows ordinary people to achieve extraordinary things. When adversity strikes, it forces you to confront your weaknesses. It highlights the areas where you're not as strong, skilled, or prepared as you thought. At first, this can be a bitter pill to swallow. No one enjoys facing their shortcomings. But this is where the opportunity lies. Adversity gives you the chance to grow, to learn, and to become better. If you're willing to face it head on, it will teach you lessons that no success ever could. It will show you what you're made of and what you're capable of enduring. Adversity also has a way of revealing what truly matters. When life is smooth, it's easy to get caught up in distractions, to chase things that don't align with your purpose or values. But when you're in the middle of a storm, when you're fighting to stay afloat, everything extraneous falls away. You're left with clarity, a sharper understanding of what's important. This clarity can be a powerful motivator, It helps you focus your energy on what will truly make a difference in your life. Moreover, adversity is a test of your resilience. It's an opportunity to prove to yourself that you can rise above the challenges that come your way. Each time you overcome an obstacle, you build confidence in your ability to handle the next one. It's like a muscle. You don't get stronger by avoiding the weights, you get stronger by lifting them, by pushing through the pain and fatigue. Adversity is the weight that life hands you, and how you respond determines whether you grow stronger or remain stagnant. It's important to understand that adversity doesn't just teach you about yourself, it also teaches you about others. It reveals who's in your corner, who you can truly count on when times are tough. Adversity has a way of stripping away pretenses and showing you people's true colors. This knowledge can be invaluable as you move forward, helping you surround yourself with those who uplift and support you. Finally, adversity forces you to innovate. When the usual way of doing things doesn't work, you're compelled to think outside the box, to find new solutions and approaches. This kind of creativity and adaptability is essential for growth. It pushes you to expand your horizons, to step out of your comfort zone, and to develop skills and strategies you never thought you'd need. So while adversity may not feel like a blessing in the moment, it is an opportunity waiting to be seized. It's the push you didn't know you needed, the catalyst for your transformation. The next time you find yourself facing a challenge, remember this isn't the end. It's the beginning of something greater, a chance to rebuild, refine, and rise stronger than ever before. Taking ownership of your journey is the most empowering decision you will ever make. It means stepping out of the shadows of excuses, shedding the weight of blame, and declaring to yourself and the world, this is my life, and I am responsible for it. Too often, we look outside ourselves for explanations as to why things aren't going as planned. We point to our circumstances, our upbringing, or the people around us. While these factors can influence our path, they do not define it unless we let them. Ownership means acknowledging that while you can't control everything that happens to you, you can control how you respond and what you do next. The first step in taking ownership is self-awareness. It's about looking at yourself honestly and asking tough questions. Where have I fallen short? What habits are holding me back? Where have I allowed fear or complacency to dictate my actions? This kind of reflection isn't easy because it forces you to confront parts of yourself you might rather ignore. But it's essential. Without acknowledging where you are, you can't chart a course to where you want to be. Ownership also means letting go of the victim mentality. Life can be unfair, and there will always be things that happen outside your control. But dwelling on these things keeps you stuck. It robs you of your power and makes you dependent on others or external circumstances to change before you can move forward. When you take ownership, you reclaim that power. You decide that no matter what has happened, you have the ability to shape your future. It's not about dismissing the challenges you face, but about refusing to let them dictate your destiny. Another critical aspect of ownership is accountability. This means holding yourself responsible for your actions, your decisions, and even your thoughts. It's about recognizing that your choices have consequences and being willing to own those consequences, whether they're positive or negative. When you're accountable, you stop waiting for someone else to fix things. You stop saying, if only they would change, and start asking, what can I do differently? This shift in mindset is transformative. It puts you in the driver's seat of your life. Taking ownership doesn't mean you have to do everything alone. In fact, part of owning your journey is knowing when to ask for help, seek advice, or lean on others for support. But it's about doing so from a place of strength, not dependency. It's recognizing that while others can guide, mentor, or assist you, the ultimate responsibility lies with you. You're the one who has to take the steps, make the sacrifices, and put in the work. Ownership also requires consistency. It's not something you do once and then forget about. It's a daily commitment to showing up for yourself, even when it's hard. It's about making choices that align with your goals and values, even when no one is watching. It's easy to make excuses or justify taking shortcuts, But true ownership means holding yourself to a higher standard. It means doing the right thing, not because you have to, but because you've chosen to take full responsibility for your life. Finally, taking ownership is liberating. When you stop blaming others or waiting for external circumstances to change, you free yourself to focus on what truly matters: your growth, your goals, and your potential. You realize that you don't need permission from anyone else to pursue your dreams. You don't need everything to be perfect to start building the life you want. Ownership gives you the freedom to take risks, make mistakes, and learn from them. It's about embracing the idea that your life is your masterpiece, and you are both the artist and the canvas. When you take ownership of your journey, you stop being a passenger and become the driver. You recognize that while the road may be unpredictable, the direction you take is up to you. That realization is the beginning of transformation. It's the moment you step into your power and start creating a life that reflects your highest potential. Consistency over perfection is one of the most transformative principles for personal growth and rebuilding yourself. It's easy to be captivated by the idea of perfection, the perfect plan, the perfect moment, or the perfect execution. But perfection is often an illusion, a mirage that keeps you stuck in a cycle of inaction. On the other hand, consistency is real, tangible, and powerful. It is the steady, deliberate effort you put in every single day, even when you don't feel like it, that leads to meaningful and lasting change. The problem with chasing perfection is that it creates paralysis. You tell yourself that you'll start when you have the right resources, when you're more prepared, or when conditions are ideal. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect time. Life is messy, unpredictable, and full of surprises. Waiting for perfection means waiting forever. Consistency, however, is about starting where you are with what you have and committing to showing up no matter the circumstances. Consistency doesn't demand that you do everything flawlessly. It doesn't expect you to never make mistakes or fall short. What it asks for is effort, persistence, and a willingness to keep going even when things get tough. Imagine building a wall, brick by brick. Each brick on its own might not look like much, but over time, those individual efforts come together to create something solid and lasting. That's what consistency does for your life. It takes the small, seemingly insignificant actions you take every day and compounds them into significant results. One of the most powerful aspects of consistency is that it builds momentum. At first, progress may feel slow, almost invisible. You might question whether your efforts are making any difference. But the beauty of consistency lies in its cumulative effect. Each step you take adds to the one before it, and over time, the progress becomes undeniable. It's like rolling a snowball downhill. It starts small, but as it keeps rolling, it gathers size and speed. This momentum makes it easier to keep going, even when the initial motivation has faded. Another key benefit of consistency is that it builds trust in yourself. Every time you follow through on a commitment, no matter how small, you send a message to yourself that you are reliable and capable. This self-trust is crucial because it forms the foundation for confidence and resilience. Conversely, when you break promises to yourself by giving up too soon or waiting for perfection, you erode that trust and make it harder to believe in your ability to succeed. Consistency also allows you to adapt and learn along the way. When you're focused on being perfect, you're less likely to take risks or try new approaches because you fear making mistakes. But when you prioritize consistency, you give yourself permission to experiment, fail, and grow. Each attempt, even if it's imperfect, teaches you something valuable. Over time, these lessons accumulate, and you become more skilled, more knowledgeable, and better equipped to tackle challenges. It's important to remember that consistency is not about intensity, it's about sustainability. It's better to take small, manageable steps every day than to go all out for a short period and burn out. Think of it like exercise. A moderate workout you can stick to consistently will do more for your health than an intense regimen you abandon after a week. The same principle applies to rebuilding yourself. Slow and steady progress may not feel glamorous, but it's the kind of progress that lasts. One of the biggest obstacles to consistency is the human tendency to seek immediate results. We live in a world that celebrates quick wins and instant gratification, but real growth doesn't happen overnight. It requires patience, persistence, and a long-term perspective. When you commit to consistency, you learn to appreciate the process itself, not just the outcome. You begin to see value in the effort, in the discipline, and in the small victories along the way. Consistency over perfection is ultimately about progress, not an unattainable ideal. It's about showing up, putting in the work, and trusting that your efforts will pay off, even if the results aren't immediately visible. It's about building habits, cultivating discipline, and staying committed to your goals. Over time, this approach not only helps you rebuild yourself, but also creates a foundation for sustained success and fulfillment. The power of vision is an incredible force that can transform your life, especially when you are in the process of rebuilding yourself. Vision is not just about setting goals or creating plans, it is about having a clear and compelling picture of the future you want to create. It is about seeing beyond your current circumstances and believing in the possibilities that lie ahead. When you have a strong vision, it becomes your anchor in difficult times, your compass when you feel lost, and your driving force when challenges arise. Vision begins with self-awareness and reflection. It requires you to take an honest look at your life and ask yourself what you truly want. This is not about what society, your family, or anyone else thinks you should want. It is about connecting with your deepest desires, passions, and values. A powerful vision is personal and authentic. It resonates with you on a level that ignites your spirit and fuels your determination. Without this clarity, it is easy to drift through life, reacting to circumstances rather than creating your own path. A compelling vision has the ability to inspire you, even in the darkest moments. When you are rebuilding yourself, you will inevitably face setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. It is during these times that your vision becomes your greatest ally. It reminds you of what you are working toward and why it matters. It pulls you forward when everything else seems to be pushing you back. With a clear vision, you are less likely to give up because you understand that the temporary pain of the present is worth the long-term reward of your future. Your vision also serves as a filter for your decisions and actions. It helps you prioritize what matters and eliminate distractions. When you know where you are headed, you can focus your energy on the steps that will bring you closer to your goals. This clarity prevents you from wasting time and effort on things that do not align with your purpose. It simplifies your choices because you have a guiding principle to follow. Every decision becomes an opportunity to move closer to your vision. One of the most powerful aspects of vision is its ability to shape your mindset. When you visualize the life you want, you begin to shift your thoughts and beliefs toward that reality. You start to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You develop a sense of optimism and confidence because you believe in your ability to create the future you envision. This positive mindset is essential for overcoming the inevitable challenges that come with rebuilding yourself. Having a vision also changes how you perceive challenges and failures. Instead of viewing them as roadblocks, you see them as stepping stones. Each obstacle becomes a chance to grow stronger, learn valuable lessons, and refine your approach. Your vision gives you the resilience to keep moving forward, knowing that every setback is a part of the journey. It allows you to stay motivated and focused, even when the path is uncertain or difficult. Creating a powerful vision is not a one-time event, it is an ongoing process. As you grow and evolve, your vision may change. That is not a sign of failure, but a reflection of your progress. The important thing is to stay connected to your vision and revisit it regularly. Reflect on where you are, where you want to go, and what steps you need to take to get there. This practice keeps your vision alive and ensures that it remains relevant and meaningful. Vision is also contagious. When you have a clear and compelling vision, it inspires others to believe in you and your journey. People are drawn to those who have a sense of purpose and direction. Your vision becomes a source of motivation, not just for yourself, but for those around you. It creates a ripple effect, influencing others to pursue their own dreams and aspirations. Ultimately, the power of vision lies in its ability to transform your life from the inside out. It gives you a sense of purpose, a reason to persevere, and a roadmap for achieving your goals. When you are rebuilding yourself, vision is not just a tool, it is your foundation. It is the force that helps you rise above your circumstances, overcome challenges, and create a life that reflects your highest potential. Surrounding yourself with growth-oriented people is one of the most crucial factors in rebuilding yourself. The company you keep has an immense influence on your mindset, actions, and ultimately your success. You may have the strongest resolve and the clearest goals, but if you are constantly surrounded by negativity, complacency, or people who lack ambition, it becomes far more challenging to stay on course. On the other hand, being around those who inspire, challenge, and uplift you can act as a catalyst for personal growth and transformation. When you're working to rebuild yourself, you're essentially reshaping your life habits and perspectives. This is a process that requires immense focus, dedication, and belief in your potential. Growth-oriented people can provide the support system you need to sustain this effort. They understand what it means to strive for more, and are often working on their own journeys of self-improvement. Their presence reinforces the idea that growth is possible, even in the face of adversity. One of the key benefits of surrounding yourself with such individuals is their ability to provide encouragement and motivation. These people see potential where others see limits. They are the ones who cheer for your progress, no matter how small, and remind you of your capabilities when doubt creeps in. Their belief in you can serve as a powerful reminder of your own strength, especially during times when you feel uncertain or discouraged. Growth-oriented people also hold you accountable. They don't let you settle for mediocrity or make excuses for inaction. Instead, they challenge you to stay true to your goals and push yourself beyond your comfort zone. Accountability is a critical component of rebuilding yourself because it keeps you honest and ensures that you're consistently moving in the right direction. These individuals aren't afraid to call you out when you're slipping or to push you when they see you holding back. Their constructive criticism is rooted in care and a genuine desire to see you succeed. The energy of those around you is contagious. Negativity, cynicism, and complacency can drain your energy and lower your vibrational state, making it harder to stay motivated and focused. Conversely, being in the presence of positive, driven, and ambitious individuals raises your energy levels. Their enthusiasm and determination can fuel your own efforts and make the process of rebuilding yourself feel less daunting and more exciting. Growth-oriented people also provide invaluable perspectives and insights. They bring fresh ideas, share lessons from their own experiences, and offer advice that can help you navigate challenges more effectively. Their wisdom can save you time, effort, and unnecessary mistakes. They may introduce you to new opportunities, resources, or networks that accelerate your progress. This exchange of ideas fosters mutual growth, as both you and they learn from each other. Rebuilding yourself often involves stepping into new and unfamiliar territory, which can be intimidating. Growth-oriented people can help ease this transition by offering guidance, encouragement, and companionship along the way. Their presence reminds you that you're not alone in your pursuit of a better version of yourself. They can celebrate your victories, no matter how small, and provide comfort and perspective during setbacks. Finding growth-oriented individuals starts with becoming one yourself. Like attracts like, and the more committed you are to your own growth, the more you'll attract others with similar mindsets. Seek out environments where personal development is valued, such as workshops, networking events, or online communities. Be open to building relationships with people who challenge you, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Ultimately, the people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your journey. Growth-oriented individuals don't just accompany you on your path, they help illuminate it. They remind you of what's possible, encourage you to keep going, and push you to become the best version of yourself. Their influence can be the difference between staying stuck and reaching heights you never imagined possible. Learning from failure is an essential part of rebuilding yourself. Failure is often viewed as the end of the road, a confirmation of inadequacy or lack of potential. But in truth, failure is one of life's most powerful teachers. It holds the lessons you need to grow, adapt, and ultimately succeed. Every person who has achieved greatness has faced failure along the way. What sets them apart is their willingness to learn from it, rather than letting it define them. Failure has a way of stripping away illusions and forcing you to confront reality. It reveals the gaps in your knowledge, skills, or preparation that might have gone unnoticed otherwise. This is not a bad thing, it's an opportunity. Failure provides clarity. It helps you understand what works and what doesn't, where your strengths lie, and where you need to improve. Without failure, growth is limited because you're not pushed to question, refine, or evolve. One of the most valuable lessons failure teaches is resilience. When you fail, you face disappointment, frustration, and even self-doubt. These emotions are natural, but they also serve a purpose. They challenge you to decide whether you'll let failure stop you or whether you'll use it as fuel to keep going. Every time you choose to rise after a fall, you build resilience. You prove to yourself that you can endure setbacks and still move forward. This inner strength is a critical component of rebuilding yourself, as it enables you to tackle future challenges with greater confidence. Failure also teaches humility. It reminds you that you're not infallible and that there's always more to learn. This humility is not about diminishing your worth, but about keeping you grounded and open to growth. When you approach failure with humility, you're more likely to seek feedback, listen to advice, and explore alternative perspectives. This openness accelerates your learning process and helps you avoid repeating the same mistakes. Another important aspect of failure is that it fosters creativity and innovation. When your initial plans don't work out, you're forced to think outside the box and find new solutions. Failure pushes you to experiment, take risks, and approach problems from different angles. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history have come from people who failed repeatedly before discovering the right approach. Rebuilding yourself requires this kind of creativity, a willingness to reimagine your path and find better ways to achieve your goals. Failure also helps you develop empathy and compassion, both for yourself and for others. When you've experienced failure, you're better able to understand and relate to the struggles of those around you. This shared humanity fosters deeper connections and reminds you that you're not alone in your challenges. Compassion for yourself is equally important. Rebuilding yourself involves learning to forgive your mistakes and viewing them as part of the journey rather than as personal flaws. One of the most empowering realizations about failure is that it's not permanent. It's a moment in time, not a definition of who you are. When you shift your perspective and see failure as feedback rather than a verdict, you reclaim your power. You understand that failure is a step on the path to success, not a detour. Every time you learn from a setback, you're building a foundation for future achievements. Learning from failure requires self-reflection. It's not enough to experience failure, you have to analyze it. What went wrong? What could you have done differently? What external factors influenced the outcome? This kind of introspection allows you to extract valuable insights and apply them moving forward. It transforms failure from a source of frustration into a tool for growth. Finally, failure teaches patience. Rebuilding yourself is not a quick or linear process. There will be ups and downs, successes and setbacks. Failure reminds you to stay committed to the journey, even when progress feels slow. It teaches you to embrace the process and trust that each experience, whether positive or negative, is shaping you into the person you're meant to become. The ability to learn from failure is what turns setbacks into stepping stones. It's what transforms challenges into opportunities for growth. When you embrace failure as a teacher, you unlock your potential to rise stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. Patience and persistence are the cornerstones of rebuilding yourself, two traits that work hand in hand to ensure steady, meaningful progress. In a world that values instant gratification, it's easy to grow frustrated when results don't appear as quickly as you'd hoped. But real transformation takes time. It's not about overnight success, but about the slow, deliberate effort you put in day after day. Patience allows you to stay calm and committed during the waiting periods, while persistence drives you to keep pushing forward, even when the path is difficult. Patience begins with understanding that growth is not linear. There will be moments of rapid progress followed by times when it feels like nothing is changing. These plateaus can be disheartening, but they are a natural part of the journey. It is during these quieter periods that the foundation for future breakthroughs is being laid. Patience helps you stay focused on the long-term vision instead of becoming discouraged by temporary setbacks or lack of immediate results. Persistence, on the other hand, is the force that keeps you moving when progress feels slow or obstacles seem insurmountable. It's easy to stay motivated when things are going well, but persistence is tested when the road gets tough. It's in these moments that you discover your true strength and commitment to your goals. Rebuilding yourself requires this level of determination, a refusal to give up, no matter how challenging the journey becomes. Patience also teaches you to appreciate the process itself, not just the outcome. When you're rebuilding yourself, the journey is just as important as the destination. The habits you develop, the lessons you learn, and the resilience you build along the way are all part of the transformation. Patience allows you to find meaning and fulfillment in the process, even when the results are not yet visible. It shifts your focus from when will I get there to what am I learning and becoming in the meantime. Persistence, meanwhile, instills a sense of discipline. It's not about relying on fleeting bursts of motivation, but about developing the consistency to show up every day, regardless of how you feel. Motivation may waver, but persistence keeps you on track. It's the discipline to stick to your commitments, even when you're tired, frustrated, or tempted to give up. This discipline becomes a habit, and over time, it transforms into a powerful force that propels you forward. One of the biggest challenges to patience and persistence is the fear of failure. It's easy to feel like you're wasting time and effort if things don't go as planned. But setbacks and mistakes are not the end of the road, they're part of the process. Patience helps you accept that failure is a natural part of growth, while persistence ensures that you keep learning and trying until you get it right. Together, they create a mindset that views failure as a stepping stone rather than a barrier. Patience and persistence also help you build resilience. Life is unpredictable, and rebuilding yourself often involves navigating unexpected challenges. These traits enable you to adapt, endure, and keep going, even when circumstances are less than ideal. Patience helps you stay calm and composed in the face of adversity, while persistence gives you the strength to keep moving forward, one step at a time. Another key aspect of patience and persistence is their role in building self-trust. Every time you stay patient and persist through difficulty, you prove to yourself that you can handle challenges and stay committed to your goals. This builds confidence and a sense of self-reliance that fuels your journey. It reinforces the belief that you are capable of overcoming obstacles and achieving what you set out to do. Ultimately, patience and persistence are what separate those who give up from those who succeed. They teach you to endure the waiting, embrace the struggle, and keep going no matter what. Rebuilding yourself is not an easy task, but with these traits, you can face the journey with courage, determination, and faith in your ability to create a better future. Rebuilding yourself is not an overnight transformation, but a profound journey that requires courage, resilience, and unwavering commitment. It is a declaration to the world and to yourself that you refuse to remain bound by past mistakes, setbacks, or limitations. It is about embracing your flaws, learning from your failures, and using them as stepping stones toward a brighter, stronger future. Through the power of self-reflection, you uncover the truth about who you are and what you want to become. By holding a clear vision, you create a roadmap that keeps you inspired and focused on your goals. Surrounding yourself with growth-oriented people brings encouragement, accountability, and invaluable perspectives that propel you forward. Learning from failure turns setbacks into lessons, fostering resilience and growth. And above all, with patience and persistence, you develop the discipline to keep pushing forward, even when the results are not immediately visible. This journey is not just about becoming a better version of yourself, but about rediscovering your purpose, reigniting your passion, and reclaiming your power. Rebuilding yourself is the ultimate act of self-love and determination. It is proof that you are not defined by your past, but by the choices you make today and the steps you take toward the future. So rise, commit, and rebuild. The life you envision is within your reach, and the person you aspire to be is waiting on the other side of your perseverance. This is your time to transform, to grow, and to show the world and yourself what you are truly capable of achieving. Thank you.